Can you hear me okay, Eric?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes. We haven't
From
officially
my
started. We
large
haven't
floating
officially
head on the
started the
wall.
meeting yet. Oh, I
Test,
like
test,
your
test.
very open, sunny room that you're in there.
Yeah, trying to make do here. It's
I don't know why he thought that. I will give you the, yeah. And I stapled them so that we can go in the same order.
See, I'm always yelling at board members for doing this, but now I know why they do this.
And also Katie's. So you need to put your microphone on because we are recording and.
Are we starting?
Yes.
Sure.
I would like to propose that we have a vice chair so that we can then vote in Eric. It has to be a person who's here, and there's no vice chair so far. I thought you were going to be Katie.
I am Katie.
Oh, Katie's not coming?
I'm her.
Katie was
Okay.
going to take
Everyone.
notes. Do you
All
want to
right,
take
all
notes?
right.
I can take notes.
Okay, that'd be great.
Who's conducting this meeting?
It sounds like what Liz is saying is that Eric is, but we need to tell him that he can join us.
But we also need a vice chair in the event this happens again.
Normally, the way this would work is that if you have your chair attending remotely, the vice chair would be in charge of the meeting.
Okay.
Until the chair.
Okay.
That's normally.
Who's vice chair?
We don't have,
You're the select board
don't
rep.
have one.
Are you second in command?
no, we don't know. It shouldn't be
That would
shouldn't
be
be a
in the fo-
select board
A
person.
board member would have to make a motion to that effect. A board member would have to second it, and then we'd vote.
Can
on
I
it.
just make a motion to let Eric join?
No,
Yes.
we need a vice chair.
Why?
Because you have to have, if this happens again.
That's not a have to have. I'm just saying that's typically how boards would work. If this board would like to proceed in a typical manner, then we can do that. If they would like to not do that, we don't have to do that.
I think we need a vice chair, but then we should all vote for Eric to conduct the meeting. That's my personal opinion. And I've been here the most since I got on the board, so.
I would like to make a motion for Jim Mashad to be the vice chair of the building committee. Could you please turn your microphone on for me?
Oh, sorry, I second that motion. I turn on my microphone, be important.
The only problem with that is Jim hasn't been here.
We have a motion on the, sure, you can talk to the motion if
Yeah,
you'd
I'm
like.
going to speak to the motion, okay. No, Jim, I think you're fine. I think you got tons on your plate already. And who's been here since the beginning of this process? It started in 2018.
I was original member.
Eric Kelly.
Eric Kelly, right. It started in 2018.
I-
Has anybody
19.
been here that's been to almost every meeting since
No one's been to every
24?
meeting. Lots of the meetings, no one came to. Can't go by that.
No, I'm talking about
Nothing-
since,
Nothing recent. Before that, we had, started,
no, I know, but I'm talking about just since Eric's been the interim chair because he doesn't want to be the chair. That's all I'm asking. How many people have, anyway.
there was a-
We're burning daylight. Can
Yeah,
we?
We need to get-
I respect
it's
your, I
irrelevant.
respect your opinion, but I just don't
Okay.
find it truly relevant to the
Okay,
point of.
that's fine.
of-
That's fine.
Of finish, to finding it truly relevant to the point of who's going to be a vice chair. and
Just,
help
Okay.
just
on the
take a
meeting.
vote.
What was it?
All in favor?
So there's been a.
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Motion
Okay.
carried.
Opposed, me.
Okay, thank you.
I make a motion to let Eric conduct the meeting remotely.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yep.
It is now your
Okay.
meeting.
All right, just to clear up the vice chair, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yays, 1 nay, and I abstained because I wasn't in the meeting yet.
Who's taking the
So-
minutes since Kate? Oh, you're taking minutes, Eric?
Oh, good.
I have taken minutes.
Okay.
All right. So just to begin, I think this kind of is germane to what was on the first item on the agenda, which was the committee roster update. So we took care of vice chair. So Jim will be stepping into that role. We had to acknowledge 2 other changes to the committee. One was the loss of Chief Doty. And so I wanted to start off there with PD representation, even if it's
Sergeant's
subject to
preliminary.
change.
For the time
Say that
being.
again, Jim?
Yeah.
Is your intent to just fill in for right now, or is it,
I can do that.
I guess we could do it on a meeting to meeting basis? If you're not available, you could send someone else.
For the foreseeable.
Okay.
If it's held at like this time on this day, I'll be here.
Okay.
If not, we can have someone else represent.
Eric, will it go back to 1:30?
That is another topic for today
Okay.
too, is timing and info sessions and stuff, so we can. Okay, so we got that one taken up. The second one was Evan has stepped down from the committee as of following the September meeting, just due to his own commitments. So that was just something I wanted to acknowledge. Anybody have any other
How many,
discussion?
9 members? Eric, is it 9 members then?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. With PD representation is 10.
But nobody, I thought it was 10 before Evan stepped down.
It was 11 with Evan and
Oh, okay.
the chief.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right. Moving on to just administrivia stuff. We had the September minutes. I did get one comment to the draft minutes about adding location and time of the meeting to both agendas and summaries. Thank you, Mark, for that. So I'll be doing that moving forward, but it will begin with the September minutes from the 7th, just to note use of the cross conference room and also the time. So does anyone have any other comments or feedback on the minutes from the 7th?
I think it looked good.
Can I get a motion?
Motion to accept the
Subject.
minutes as read,
Second?
as presented.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 That was motion Lois, second Mark. I don't know if you could hear or see that.
Motion Lois, second. Who was the second?
Mark.
Okay.
I had one addition, I don't know if this is the right time to say this, but I had one addition, which would be, it would be good to have the public attendees, if we could pass around, who comes to these
Sign-in
meetings,
sheet?
besides, sign-in sheet, yeah.
Probably.
That would also be
Seems-
reflected in the minutes.
I don't know how formal.
I don't think who attends should be on a sign-in sheet. I think if we have public speakers, they should be on
Okay.
a sign-in sheet and reflected in the minutes.
That's fine. I just, like when we're trying to put this out, we're getting pretty far along now and we want to engage the public. It would be helpful to have people who have come to the meetings.
I want to encourage public attendance, not
yeah.
discourage it. And I think
no,
by having a sign-in sheet by attendees, I think that would discourage that.
I mean, we're speaking,
Attendance.
that's fine. I just want there to be more people to ask about the process so we don't have to
Mhm.
keep going over,
Sure.
is it going to be connected to the fire station?
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
thank you.
I like Mark's suggestion that those who want to present a question or a
Yeah, that's
comment
perfect. That's
get
perfect.
recorded, but we should get a sign-in sheet just so we get that, because we haven't been capturing exact names, addresses, or anything to this point.
I think
When
for
we
the
have
most
had
part,
comments.
We know the names of everyone that's
Yeah.
spoken so far.
We have a pretty good
But I
idea.
think
Frequent flyers anyway,
I
yeah.
was gonna say, we have a pretty good idea.
Yeah, it's common practice to capture that within the minutes, public speakers.
Okay, so let's move forward with a sign-in sheet at the microphone for anyone who makes question, comment, just so we can capture it.
I have a
Um,
template that you may use. I'll print
Okay.
you out a bunch of them.
Okay, thanks, Mark.
Yep.
All right, so now we're going to turn things over to Doug to kind of go over where the conceptual design site plans and layouts are, just to kind of go over where we came from in September and what he's got to present on his boards I can see in front of him. And I have it on my own screen, so I can see it here locally. So.
Yeah, and Eric, just so you know, I printed out the 3 floor plan looking ones for everyone here, and I stapled them all in the same order so that we can hopefully all literally stay on the same page while we're looking at these together.
Okay.
If you could just turn on your microphone, sir, be the big button, thank you.
And just let us know your name and where you're from. Thank you.
Doug Proctor, lead architect with the Turner Group.
Thanks, Doug.
Sorry, it's hard for me to be serious sometimes.
This is a very serious matter. It's
Um,
funny.
So we started with a few different options after the last meeting because we were asked to look at a series of things. One was looking at combined spaces that could be used between a PD and a potential future town hall. And then we were also asked to look at expansion. And then we were also asked to look at possibly providing some extra storage and uses in a lower level underneath the police department proper. So this was option 2 because the one I showed you last time was option 1. This kind of gives you a little bit of a color code based on the drawings that you have in front of you. And this is PD. Oh, sorry, let me start again. Well, I'll hit that later. But these are the entry functions coming into the PD. The pink are the administrative functions. So we have reception, police and lieutenant, and a detective office. Have some restrooms, patrol functions here. So we have sergeant's areas and patrol offices, and the armory and uniforms, and some additional storage there. Down here we have a mechanical space, and then this is a fitness space. And then the core area, which doesn't require any exterior windows or anything, we have things like the locker rooms. We have the detention area. So we have booking and a detention restroom and an interview space. And then we also have the evidence space here in green. The Sally Port is adjacent to that to come into the booking area. And then some cold storage in the Sally Port so that you're not utilizing the garage as your storage. And because that can be a safety issue when you're bringing detainees into the booking area. And then we have a shared training room here and a break room here adjacent to that, so that the break room can also service the training area for different types of meetings. And you see a dashed line here with the potential of being able to add a future expansion in that direction. So that is.
Yeah, folks, we need those back after, yeah.
That's this plan, so this is all the same plan, and then that's a potential expansion area, and then also the PD is able to expand in this direction as well. Just to step back, this represents about 7,500 square feet gross for just the PD. And then we did another look as well at the existing town office building to
And
see
that
what,
would be the last page,
The last.
right, that's the last
2
page.
pages.
unfortunately.
This one.
Right, yeah, yeah. That's why I gave them.
Yeah. So that was just this is just working in my own head about what we can do to utilize the existing building as far as town office services. So we can look at increasing the meeting space. So that's basically doubling this space, growing in that direction, and looking at town administrator, town clerk, and, sorry, but all those administration functions here, finance, another conference room back in this quarter, the vault remains where it is, and then an assessor space. And then with that, we'd be introducing vertical circulation, so dropping a stair down through the front of the building. We could also create some type of secure vestibule into this space if for some reason you wanted to close off the rest of the town office during evening meetings or something like that. And then provide access to restrooms or something. The lower level could be where, building functions go, like land use or building department or recreation department, and then the conservation area. And then I think we also put the checklist office down here as well, since it's not, it's utilized more infrequently. And then utilizing all the end of the building, because this is a lower ceiling height than the rest of the PD down here, just for storage, as opposed to an occupiable space. Because there are regulations that say that you can't have an occupiable space with a ceiling lower than 7'6".
Hmm.
Nice.
You mean where we currently have them?
Correct.
Can I
Okay.
just ask you a question before we move on? Is that the current town office building or a whole new building?
That's this building.
That's this building.
Correct.
We're
I'm
not
Not adding
it's
on to
just
it at all. Yeah,
just gutting
Just
it.
making it usable.
It's basically, PD's gone down below, and then using both floors for the functions that are utilized on this floor just currently.
Couple things. There was something that I was gonna say, but I've lost. Oh, for both of those things, you have functions in spaces, office in spaces, but that's more just placeholders to make sure that you can fit everything.
Correct.
In
Each,
this
e- e-
space.
each one of these, what you're trying to arrive at is a building area, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what gives us the clue to estimate something and put a price on something.
Right.
So it's all just really test fits. And regarding the police department, it's making sure that the adjacencies and the space sizes work, because that can only function in a few ways to guarantee security in the space.
Right.
So.
Okay.
So can I, are we taking other questions, or do you have something else that you want to present to us before the more questions?
I can show you that.
I'd rather he go through and finish what he has, and then we
Okay.
can come back.
So the only thing I have is the additional site plan. So these are similar to what you saw last time.
Mhm.
So you don't have this, but we did research the frontage issue. There's 688 feet of frontage along the recreation site, and the regulation did say 500 feet per one entrance. So it's semi-feasible. We'd need to review it with somebody and see what they say about the approach, but it is at a high point, so I mean, right now, it seems like it could be feasible. This is the PD here with its own entrance, visitor parking here with handicap accessibility, and then 8 covered spaces here and some additional staff parking, and then the Sallyport entrance here. You would pull into the Sallyport and then back out, and then you could go out this way or that way.
Should we have a drive-through Sallyport? Does that make a difference?
I mean, that's certainly it's almost bougie a little bit. We wouldn't complain about a drive-through. It's not super necessary.
Let-
That would be really convenient. But I think at that point, you're talking about 2 garage doors and 2 garage door opener, kind of doubling some stuff. That's if you guys wanted to allow us to have that, we'd certainly take it. But I don't think that is a necessary option. If we're limited on stuff, we'd rather have something somewhere else.
So I was wondering if you could flip either what I would call 1 and 2, like the plain, I don't know what options you want to call them. I'm just looking at the ones that don't include this building in terms of highest priority. Is there a way to just have the second driveway be exit for emergencies, so you don't have to go around rec and all that stuff, and can you flip the building so the visitor entrance is on the other, like this whole thing flipped? So
That
the Sally
seems
Port,
like a detail that we could figure
that
out
we don't
later.
need yet.
Right,
okay.
like as long as we have the space for a box that is this big, it doesn't
Well,
matter
it
which way
determines
the
whether
box.
you-
As long as we're able to keep the relationships the same, there's no
Yeah,
reason
yeah.
you can't do that.
Yeah, okay.
And is 75, because originally, I
75.
thought that was too small, 7,500 square feet?
It is small.
Is that,
That's about on program that I came up with.
and how many officers is that? Would that be accommodating, 15 or?
I think I asked that at the last meeting, how many could fit into the patrol room.
And that was like 6.
Yeah. So 6 patrol stations.
6 patrol, 2 sergeants.
Yeah, at a time.
Lieutenant, a
At a
chief,
time.
and reception.
So if we
At a
have more
time.
than
We
6
never
people
have
at a
that.
time, then
Well, it's not a nice building, so.
I mean, you do get that, but I don't think you'd ever really grow beyond that.
Okay.
Well,
in a-
at shift change, you'd get,
Yeah, you
Hot,
get some.
right.
Wednesdays are a heavy day, so we're really looking at 1 day a week, but we're never gonna have 6 patrolmen and 2 sergeants working a shift. This town will probably never see that, at least in the next 20 years.
Okay.
somebody would be out on the road.
We wouldn't have 6 on total.
Yeah.
So, that'll be more than enough, probably.
Yeah.
At least for, if we're looking at a 20-year period, and then obviously.
And
20
keep in
years.
mind that there is room for expansion
right.
at a later time if that was deemed necessary, so.
So another reason I had it this way is because you probably wouldn't add functions at your entrance. You would add them towards the back and grow this way.
But that's if you're going to, what does the site plan look, is that just the police station?
that's, yes.
What does the site plan look like if it's this?
It's that same thing, but with a box next to it.
Where's the box in that?
It's the exact same thing on your drawing.
But, okay, but you still have, so that, the building to the left is the rec center, correct?
Correct.
This-
All the way to the
correct.
left,
Yeah.
yes.
And then what's that other big building?
That's
This
a
is parking.
parking.
Oh, that's parking also.
Could be parking.
That is
It's
parking
just,
that if
just
rec,
a placeholder.
And then the
example-
other thing is the expansion area that we're
Correct.
saying expansion area, not
Correct.
town hall necessarily, just expansion.
Correct.
Okay, and then the next thing is, okay, but suppose we didn't have a driveway there. How would you still have it the same configuration
that feels like
Driveway.
something we
Sorry,
can figure out
driveway.
later.
Driveway where?
to go on 125, an additional driveway?
Liz, we're focused not necessarily on the driveway right now, but on the building itself.
Right, that's why I'm wondering
So-
whether the 7,500 is big enough.
Yeah.
So are we changing directions? We're no longer looking to put the town office attached to the PD?
We're looking at 3 choices in total. And, well, Eric, go ahead.
This is your meeting, yeah.
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 So, sorry, I couldn't hear Kevin's question, but, so the 3 items we were kind of looking into was PD only at the rec, a PD with the potential for an expanded other municipal facility at the rec. And then one thing we added to that mix was the potential of what it was involved with renovating the existing town hall. So that we had all those options in front of us. The option 2, the expanded alternate facility, could either be a shared use facility or 2 independents. So what Doug has shown in that expanded one is space planning for something adjacent to the PD option.
That could be a town hall, or it could be a gymnasium and a meeting space, or it could be, like, it could be any, it's not any specific thing, it's a space for an adjacent building.
Make sure the site plan allows for that
Mhm.
potential future use. Whether it happens or not is a different story, but at least make sure the building is sited to not preclude us from that down the road.
Or they could even do the exterior, right, and we just haven't decided what it will be yet, right? Is that part of it?
We would have a planning cost for square footage
For-
for
yeah, for
something, but
adding
we
it,
don't know what the other item is.
Do
So
we,
cost per square foot to add some secondary structure.
do we have the square footage of this?
Yes,
You know what it is?
I did.
Okay, well, I mean, next time. I know this is a really quick meeting, so. if-
Hold on.
We're already very far behind here today.
Yeah,
What
so,
Okay, I already looked.
So Kevin, does that answer your question as far as the?
Kevin?
Three,
Does that answer your
three
question?
concepts.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Does that answer your question on the three concepts?
Yeah, that's the first I've heard though of renovating this building. We always were talking about a possible combination, police and town office or single police,
So I think what it is that when,
which I think it's a good idea to look at renovating this, but.
I think when the concept of having the dual use building came up, a lot of people said, hold on, wait. Why don't we just renovate this one? And so having a price for how much that would cost, I think is helpful in looking at all of the options.
Right.
So Doug, now,
You want to reinforce what she's saying, is with the town, you want to have all the questions answered because somebody's going to ask.
Right.
so Doug, correct me if I'm wrong. So one thing I'd like to do before we put this out on the website, which I want to very much do, is take this part that says shared function off of this picture because it is no longer a shared function.
Okay.
The fact that there's more than one option two could also be confusing to members of the
Yeah,
public.
option two.
So this option that is a standalone PD in this building, in this picture, what is the number that you came up for that? The approximate cost?
I'm sorry, say that again,
The approximate cost for this,
for that one.
just a police department by itself, one story?
We'll just call that option one moving
Yeah.
forward, just to make it
Yeah,
easy.
option one, we're,
Yeah.
We're talking about option two, not option one.
Well,
there's
it's,
two options.
hold on.
Well.
Yes, Doug.
They're the same because one just has an expansion box on it. So,
No.
but still, it's 4.7 million.
Thank you. That was the
4.7 million.
4.7 million.
That's a project cost, not a construction cost.
Yes.
Explain that.
Doug, can you explain the,
Project cost means,
detail.
that's all your soft costs added on top of construction costs. So that includes our fees to design it, that includes any furniture,
So all in,
yes, basically,
okay.
Okay.
any kind of, inspections we need.
And I'm assuming we're looking at the same document. So the option where instead of,
Again, let me preface that, is that depending on what we do on the site, that number will go up or down.
Sure.
so,
A lot of the site is unknown right now, so.
Doug, what level of contingency do you have in that because of those unknowns?
I'd have to get back to you on that. I know he has them in the construction budget, and then we carry
Yeah.
one in our budget. But I wanna go have a little time to go further and analyze the project budget and make sure I have it all covered.
Does that include septic as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Eric, I think it's hard I can hardly hear you when you ask a question, so maybe, I don't know, maybe Jim can repeat the question so that the public can hear it as well? Because I don't think the public can the public hear Eric? I don't know, maybe.
yeah, so they have speakers back there. And
Okay.
actually, if we turn off our microphones when we're not talking, his voice comes through this box.
Oh, okay. So
Uh,
the question, I didn't understand that last one quite. The question was the contingencies for,
There's a construction contingency
Yep.
on the construction cost, and then there's an owner's contingency for you guys. So if you have anything that you wanted to add to the project during construction, there would be a pot of money
added
for
cost,
that.
okay.
So, and it's usually like 4 or 5% of the.
But this is a hypothetical, but if we said 4.9 million or something, not to exceed 4.9 million, put that on the warrant, that would maybe cover that stuff or no?
We are way
You're
ahead
Way
of
ahead of
that.
yourself there.
No, I know I'm way ahead of, I'm just trying.
That's included in this.
The contingencies and all that's included. He said.
He said
no.
some contingencies are in
Yeah.
here. He doesn't know which ones. He's gonna get back to us with
Gotcha.
those numbers so we can make those
Next meeting,
plans.
great.
I just want
Before.
to go through the
Yep.
project costs in association with the construction costs, just to make sure everything's covered.
Yep.
These are preliminary numbers that I
Of-
shared with them.
Of course. And then only because the drive-through Sallyport came up earlier and I see it's on your list here. That would be 5.3 million.
Yes.
Okay. So an answer, so is it worth it that much to have a drive-through Sallyport for y'all?
No.
I would say no.
Okay.
I think he's covered that quite well.
No, but I think to Doug's point, it's good to be able to answer those questions for people. And then I know that we had talked about, and you had talked about adding a basement floor. Stop shaking your head, Liz. Do you have a number for what that would cost us?
That was 6.4.
Okay. So we can answer those questions.
If we added a basement.
No, this is productive. It's,
Yep.
Just for my notes, can you just repeat the two numbers again, Letty?
Sorry, it's 5.3 million for the Sallyport, drive-through Sallyport option, and 6.4 million for the basement option.
And same square footage, Doug? Total gross square footage, just split over two levels?
The option one with the drive-through Sallyport is greater in square footage because the Sallyport's larger.
Yeah, Sallyport's twice the big size or whatever.
And then this, again, if we're trying to be able to present an entire picture to the public, renovating this building is on the scale of what?
I gave it a range, so I was thinking it might be, depending on what we do, it might be 1.7 to 2.4 million.
Okay. Okay. So I think that's going to be helpful. That's going to be helpful. I think it's going to be helpful.
One other thing I would like for the next time for the pictures, I saw them yesterday, so that's why I have so many questions, so I apologize. The different colors that you have, and I think it's great you don't have it written in there because it was kind of hard to read if you're a visual learner. If you could put on the color copy that you already have, that the total square footage was 7,500, and then each of those colors, next to police administration, you put that, the square footage broken down there, so that's all on one page.
You know what? I'm writing all of this on my copy. If it would be helpful for you, I can just give this to you when you go.
Taking notes.
Okay.
I mean, he's already got it, it's just got to.
he has engineering software that.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying instead of having to take notes.
It's okay, it's okay.
So Letty, if you're gonna put this out on the web, I would recommend that you would label all the rooms.
We're not going to label all the rooms because we don't know what they are yet.
We know we need all those groups, we just don't know exactly which ones will be which.
I think it's confusing for people not to know exactly what room's what.
Do you have a color copy so Kevin can see it? Because it's much easier on the color copy.
I've seen that.
You've seen the color copy?
I think it makes sense for people to maybe understand that there are this many square feet in a patrol area or this many square feet in administration or public areas. I'm not sure that we actually even want to publicize, and I'm going to look at my PD rep here where everything specifically is
No,
inside the
just
building.
The amount of space you
We
need.
don't want to do that because it could change. And people then will say, well, why did it change? We're not there yet, right? I think that we have to be careful about, we want to be as transparent as possible, but we also want to make sure that we give ourselves the room needed to, make changes as we go. Right now, this is a square footage issue that we're dealing with, and these, where the offices go and all that stuff is still flowing right now. We're still trying to figure that out.
So maybe we just tally the different use types by square footage and total it up, roll it up to be the 7,500, so they know what
like-
each use class has, but not the individual room
By
assignment,
color,
since those
kind
are
of?
subject to change.
Sorry,
Yeah, just
I
by
didn't
color
print them in
to
color,
whatever it is,
friends.
6-7 colors,
Trying to save
I
a
don't
couple
remember
of
how many.
dollars.
just so they get an
It
idea
makes
of
it very hard to see.
I know.
each of the categories has a subtotal of square footage, and then we have the total gross.
What's the thought behind putting it on the web?
I wouldn't put it on the web till you've decided something here, because then we're having questions, and if it's like Jim's point, it's,
We want to be as transparent to the public as possible. But it's very difficult when you put too much information on there that might not be, it might change in the future that people start Monday morning quarterbacking it.
Well, that's my concern, is that you
well-
end up locking yourself into something.
Correct.
say
We-
draft.
So maybe we wait till the next meeting then.
Yeah, I would suggest that. Or can you
I
hold
think
this
if
up?
we,
Committee again?
revise
Oh,
drafts for the next meeting, and then we can kind of decide to post
Right.
those. But I think Doug, if for your team, if you could just for the next iteration have the square footage subtotals and total off to the side, and then the planning level cost for those three options, then we can kind of, that way we've got what we've discussed here today at least shown, and if there's some adjustments that get made,
So,
those ones will be the ones that get
Would you be okay with
published.
this kind of thing, Jim? So that's
as
just the 2
draft.
days, right? And then.
Why don't you have your microphone on?
Because they can't see in the cameras. Where's the camera? Can
Just-
they see that? Yeah. Okay, so the colored ones, where the pink and the, tan and the blue are, if he just put in square footage, like in parentheses or something, are you okay with that? Is that okay once we've decided on that? Approximate? Like next meeting probably would take, because we only have a half an hour.
Well, I guess that would kind of be similar to what we already have out in the hallway, right? Where it's the space needs broken out by probably similar types.
Right, and you could just cut that thing in half and just have the police part of it there.
Okay.
If I could just have some exterior dimensions, that's really what I'm be interested in.
Mark,
Hmm.
there's a scale right there on the bottom. Can
Mhm.
we get
I,
you
s-
a
I see
ruler?
that, but it,
Which
No,
ruler?
you can, I agree with Mark. I think having a length and width, just to show the total kind of footprint would be helpful.
Okay, so I would call this one option 1. Just for the sake of, and then the next one with the,
Option 2.
yep, with the expansion area would be option 2. I'd make sure on that page to take out the part where it says shared functions in town hall, because it is not necessarily a town hall or a shared function. We want to make
And
sure
add
that,
expansion, yeah.
we want to make sure that people understand that this is just a possibility or an option.
If you're thinking of a gymnasium,
We're not
thinking of anything.
We're not thinking of anything,
or
a space.
But what were you gonna
two
say?
different expansions.
In
Meaning-
terms of
Meaning,
footprint
yeah,
or,
the footprint will grow by 30 or 40%.
okay,
We're not thinking of a gymnasium.
that's good to know. Okay.
So I would need to know what to outline on the drawing.
Would that be more for site planning purposes? Okay. Yeah, okay.
But you could have it for a town meeting.
But if it's bigger and
Big
it,
conference room.
you get lost in the weeds of expansion area. Just don't put the septic there. That's really what we're talking about here, is that we're allowing that area to be open space to future expansion.
Well, or they could
And
do
when we do
outside.
that,
The
and when we
largest
do that,
possible
we just don't want to put infrastructure there, meaning septic. Your underground utilities need to be marked well.
Well, maybe
if
we
any.
just say it on the plan without showing a box.
don't
Yeah,
build
just-
stuff here, or don't put anything here. Yeah,
I would leave it just like you have it on here. Perfect.
I think we just get rid of the box. I think we just say on the site plan, just
yeah,
open for future, whatever.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really what's important here, is that
Yeah.
you don't put any infrastructure there.
And has the select board determined that there's no other place that this police / whatever is going?
We've been over that situation.
Okay, but I
That's
hear
moved.
every once a week from somebody that says, why are we not putting it at the fire department? So can we put that out there and out there?
it
and
is
there?
out there. If you
We've-
go to the
Okay.
website,
Already,
brentwoodnh.gov/new building, there is an FAQ that answers that and many other questions that people have asked. If somebody has a question that they don't see answered there, that they think would be helpful to have answered in that format, they can email newbuilding@brentwoodnh.gov.
Okay,
And we will
what
add it.
about, can the select board also make that known to people at their meetings that this is where the building's going? I mean, Bob
Yes.
Zagari asked me, why is it not going at the?
If any individual person is not as well informed as they could be, that if we're making the information available, there's only so much we can do unless we
Well,
go
there's
door
a-
to door and
there's
knock.
A lot of older people that don't use the computer, I'm just saying. Maybe we can put it in the
can we
newsletter.
move forward, please?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I think so let's get back on to we got three options. We just want to make sure they're clearly identified and provide the requisite information on them for a future posting to the general public. So we have option 1, which is the PD only. Letty, correct me if I'm wrong. option 2, which is PD with obviously space for future either facility expansion or some other secondary use on the site. And then we have the town hall renovation concept, which we'll call option 3. Does everyone?
Well, so the option 3 though is, that would be option 1 plus option 3.
Yeah, it'd be contingent on one of the other 2 things.
Right. So it'd be like option
Oh, 1.
3B.
I think the
Yeah.
important,
Well, it,
Would both be done at the same time?
would,
like
would
if
they occur
vote?
in the same warrant? Because you could be 2 years down the road before you need to do anything here.
Yeah.
but that's kind of, again, where it comes to the people having somewhat of a say in that, right?
Right.
I think the focus here, as has always been for this committee, is making sure that the police department gets out of the basement. And,
Right, but I think the question is if the renovation is part of it, is that part of whatever choice they make? So originally when we set out, it was gonna be, hey, townspeople, vote, do you want option 1, do you want option 2, do you want option 3? But option 3 is now a renovation of the town hall, so are they voting on that at the same time?
no, so I think in terms of option 1, 2, and 3, those are just the 3 things we have
Those are
in
just
front of
names.
us.
Okay.
So maybe,
that's fine.
maybe option 3 should be called current town hall renovation and not an option. So there's option 1, there's option 2, current town hall renovation, because he doesn't have anything that, right?
What I was thinking, is there really an option 2? Because your site plan for option 1 is just gonna say that you've left space.
Yes, I would
Yeah.
agree that there are basically 2 options, which are build a PD by itself right now, or build a PD with something else attached to it right now.
There could be an empty, just
No,
the
I thought
walls.
there was
up,
3
right?
options.
No, because leaving a space next to a PD is still just building a PD.
And what's the option with the basement, or is that, did we already just decide to take that off?
6.4 million.
So if
Worth it, though.
I would say if that is the option that people want, then that is like 1A, 1 sub A, right? It's PD alone plus I want to add on more money for just for a
basement.
basement.
And similarly with the drive-through Sallyport, but I feel like kind of the discussion seemed to indicate that the drive-through Sallyport is neither a need.
Probably nix that one.
So I think we could probably
I mean,
put in
what
the
we,
minutes
So
that
what I'm
option.
getting at. Should we just take the basement out of the picture?
We
Or,
I think
kinda
it is
did.
out
We
of the
kinda did.
picture, but if,
Mr. Spitaler, do you have a comment on the basement that you'd like to make?
I mean, I guess if it's gonna be, when you build it, would you just, instead of making a basement, would you just build it for future making a basement? Like you would just put the 4 walls up?
no, it would
No,
just be
you-
unrated.
you'd have to-
Dig into the rock.
You'd have to pour a slab in
Blow
it.
that, blast it out.
So that's gotta be a separate option in and
Yeah,
of
really,
itself.
It's a huge.
Yeah.
a huge
And I don't know that the
And it won't
PD,
pass.
whatever, if we're doing a PD this like 7,500 square feet as it is, I don't know that within the next 20 years, we would need a basement.
Yeah.
and just to give people at home and the general public an idea, what is your square footage that you're dealing with now versus the 7,500 on the plan? Do we know what the square footage is downstairs, Doug?
It's
3,000.
on,
It's like 4,000 something, I think.
Yeah.
But also not really.
It's not, yeah, it's
Right.
not
Yeah.
Part of it,
usable.
part of it shouldn't be utilized, right?
Right, right.
Yeah.
So you're,
I think
you're
PD
basically
wise,
doubling your
More than
size.
doubling. I think
Yeah.
PD wise usable, if I had to guess, is in the 2,000 range.
Right.
So you'll be
right.
fine, as long as it doesn't smell like.
So-
I just wanted to give people an idea of what would be expanding to with this proposal, so.
I guess the only other thing that I would say is because we have done the research and we are not being secretive about why we're picking what we're picking, if we get to town meeting and there is a groundswell of support for paying additional money so that they can have a drive-through Sallyport, and that's what the people at town meeting want, okay.
You can add it on.
It
Right.
already,
Okay.
look,
Getting
the
into more than
PD
3
order says they
options
don't
now.
need it, so let's
Now
not
we're-
even bring it up. They don't
well,
need it.
I would
So-
say,
That's what-
I would
that's what
say
said too.
it's the job of this committee to present a police department that A, meets the needs of the police, but B, also meets the needs of the taxpayers, and we want to be responsible for that number. And
Paying the most for our money.
Right, but we want to meet their needs as well, and that's also important.
Yes.
So that's why the conversation of the basement came around. Now, to the best of my recollection, it was for a workout area because of,
And locker rooms, yeah, it was the
And locker rooms.
non-regularly occupied space.
But it looks like that, those are on the first floor plan that we're looking at right
Yeah,
now, so
yeah.
that's why.
okay.
better.
So what I'm trying
it
to
can
do here
fit,
is get the
yeah.
feedback that's
So if it
desperately
can,
needed.
if it can fit on that first floor and it'll be a feasible size, then I'd say we'd be fine with one floor.
Yeah.
If it can't, if you're like, we can get it within 7,500 square feet on one floor, but the workout space is gonna be a quarter of this room and we can only get a treadmill and one dumbbell in there, then I would say that's probably not feasible to have a workout space and we would need to expand it into the basement. But then if you have a 7,500 square foot,
We're going this way.
Yeah,
not
please,
Right.
this way
please
or this
continue.
way.
so, but if we have 7,500 square foot basement, how much unused,
Right,
The training
unusable
room,
use space we're gonna have?
just to answer the question, the training room on the one-story option,
Yeah.
no basement, is a little bit bigger than the training room. I'm sorry,
Mm, the workout
sorry,
room.
no, the fitness, I'm getting training and fitness missing. The fitness rooms are about the same size.
no,
So
see,
They're
between
only
fitness-
off by about 10 square feet.
By fitness and training, they're,
Training is a classroom, fitness is workout.
okay. And right now, those are fitting on this.
Yeah.
So if they can fit, then,
and we can save 700,000?
So,
It's a
if they
fair,
can
Well,
fit
fair,
and they're usable, then
It's
that's.
a fair
Saving, it's not the difference between 5.3 and 6.4, it's the difference between 4.7 and 6.
6.4, yeah, yeah.
So you're 1.7.
yeah,
Can I make the suggestion that for the first one, for the next
it's still
go-round,
significant.
that it's the police department, there's our new option one.
Yep.
With the, that you provide several copies to the PD so they can say, this is not enough room here, this is, of all those. things."
We've already had all of
We have
those.
done all that
things.
already.
Okay. But
Yep.
we've never had this before now.
I know that
this-
you've never had this, but I'm saying that
We-
that is part of the process that Doug has already done, is that he's talked to the police department and the spaces.
But now it's a different police department.
No,
the
it's not.
spaces.
it's-
Okay.
Liz, you weren't here,
This.
okay?
This.
So
Can
you're
I
saying a
interject
basement
a
is
question,
1.5.
please?
Hold on a second.
No, this, because of the
But
chart.
Lois, go ahead.
Oh, yeah,
Because if you think about it, you have to create, it's more structurally involved, because you have to create that floor level to hold everything up that's on the first floor. So,
Sorry, two people were speaking. What was that question?
Just the cost of the basement was almost $2 million.
Yeah,
1.7.
4.7 to 6.4.
yeah.
Okay,
Lois, what was your question?
well,
I fixed it. It was a scrolling issue
Okay.
on my laptop.
One other thing before I forget, because I talked about, voting for this project and 2 years later. In
Belmont,
Another town.
another town.
what's the other town I did the PD?
Just another town. Just say another
Okay,
town.
in another town, they voted for the two projects at once, and it passed. So, sorry, what's the town above Tilton?
Belmont.
Samberton,
Thought it
sorry,
was
Samberton.
Okay, but that is more of a general philosophy question for this committee and then the select board. So,
So
yeah, go ahead.
finish your thought.
That was all.
Okay, so I think what we need to regroup on is what are we coming back to we got option one, single story, PD only. We can share information that says if we wanted to do drive-through Sallyport, it would be a cost add of X. If we wanted to switch this to be a first floor basement level, it would be X plus another amount, but we've settled in on option one. We're looking at a single floor PD only. Option two is the open discussion right now. If we want to present a footprint and cost of a PD plus some other structure that is either adjoining or attached or independent, just so they can get a scale of like what that other is. And then we do bring up I guess we'll call it we'll just call it the town hall renovation concept, so that they can compare that to a new facility versus the renovated one. So if it's 1.7 to 2.4 to renovate, what would it cost to build town hall brand new
That's a
at that square footages?
valid.
Doug, what is the square footage of this building now, do you know?
thought it was 8,000 for both.
Yeah, it's like an
with both
8, I
floors.
think. Ignoring the occupancy allowances for heights and stuff like that.
So in,
But can I make the point again that I don't think we should put out there to the public, the Sally Port, if the PD has
Not-
much other priorities, like, I think it's ridiculous.
We're not-
Yeah.
Liz, you're getting into the details again.
Okay.
Like, what we're saying is, if we wanted to add that, then we tell them that we asked the PD said that is not a requirement, but
Okay.
this is what it would cost. It's presenting information, it's not
Okay,
giving them an option of choosing it. It's just saying,
It
This is
seems
what-
to me the general consensus of this board is not to offer that option.
That's correct.
That option is
That's
just something I
correct.
put on
Yeah.
paper because I've done that in the past.
That's
So
been the,
No,
that's been the
that-
it
consensus
doesn't even have
all
to
along.
appear.
That's the function of this board, to get ideas
Make
together and
decisions.
sift through those ideas
Right.
and put them onto a plan.
Yeah, and we've been
So-
looking at this one for a while.
I also
2018.
I also
Yeah.
think it's
No, I
productive
mean the opposite.
to recognize that these are questions that people in the public
Yeah.
could ask,
Mhm.
and having them answered
ahead of time.
ahead
So
of
we
time.
know what the
Is
answers
ahead
are.
of time,
right?
yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
I-
Okay.
I think our recommendation is we're just kind of saying, we're pushing to the side the drive-through Sally Port and the basement option, but we did entertain those, and and the reasons were lack of need or the ability to
Oh,
fit it
due
all in one
diligence.
place and cost. So that's why option 1 does not show those
Yeah,
things.
due
But
diligence,
if they
that's
look
good.
through the minutes and past history, those things
Mhm.
have been discussed at multiple iterations along the way.
So,
So they can understand why they were retired from consideration.
I wonder if should we as a board, I guess, vote to say that option 1 is the PD only option that we would move forward with.
As it is now.
With the
you're talking.
expansion or just with the building?
Just-
Just the PD
Liz.
only.
Just PD only. This first page. Is this what this, like, can we stop talking about what this could look like?
Right, this is
And
it.
this
I
is
would,
it?
I would add the caveat of total square footage.
Sure, the detail, changing the wordage.
Changing some of this office area around foot by foot.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in doing that, but I would be in support of a motion that just had the total square footage, because that's really what the price is dictated on.
Be about 7,500 square feet total.
Mhm.
And
We
then,
can do that, and then we'll have a plan with some overall dimensions on it, and then function area square footage.
Yeah, so we can,
Match up with the program that was developed.
I would do
You
that
want a
sim-
motion to that
hold
effect?
on.
simply to be able to move forward as a group, to eliminate the possibility of a basement, to eliminate the drive-through Sally Port, and to move forward with the total square footage in mind.
So, I so move.
Before you move it, I have one other
What you
thing.
said.
Can we say not to exceed 8,000 so we have a little bit more wiggle room?
No,
No,
because
no,
that's
no,
not
no.
part of this.
No,
Because that would go up to,
No,
Yeah, we're
well,
not-
I'm sorry,
we're not
was
dictating
it
square footage.
7,500 square feet?
But it's not
Oh,
actually
square
relevant what the
footage.
exact square footage is. We're just
So
saying.
the motion that I'm hearing, and someone can make it after I clarify, is that option 1 to proceed is a single-story police department only option.
Correct.
No
less than
basement, and
8,000 square
and
feet?
No.
No?
I don't think we need to clarify. The plan will show it. It's just saying, moving
Okay.
forward, we have a single-story PD only
So
facility.
moved.
Option 1.
Second.
All right.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Okay.
Are
Do
you
I have the second, Letty?
unanimous?
Uh,
I'm going to give it to Lois.
it was
think I heard her
Lois.
voice.
Mark was the first. Lois was the second. So now the question becomes, I think having the town hall renovation information is helpful from a budgetary and future planning perspective. However, it sounds like there is some appetite from this board to know what it would cost to have this PD with town office functions attached to it or a gymnasium attached to it.
So maybe just for
And that would
context,
be option
Letty,
3,
we,
correct?
Or
that would be
to-
option
what-
2.
Yeah,
No,
just
but
for-
gymnasium was not part of the multi-complex thing.
Well, so
I think we,
So
maybe we just keep it to an equivalent town hall square footage that's in the renovation. So if we added, say, 8,000, a single story, 8,000 square foot facility, assuming it's kind of municipal general town hall use, how much does that cost that? So they have new town hall versus renovated town hall, which is really the comparison I feel like we're trying to make.
well, and I'm mentioning gymnasium because if there were a situation where somebody did not want to wanted to keep this building and renovate it, but also
Wanted to,
recognizes the need that the town has for a large space for voting, et cetera.
I think you're putting the cart before the horse.
Yeah, we're trying to get a.
So the
position.
first thing you should be doing is finding that out.
Finding
Right.
what out?
we would need to program the space.
Yeah,
how
I-
big it is.
Right, so first thing we need to find out is, what do the voters support?
No,
Do they support just a police department? Do they support rehabilitating this building?
no. We're not waiting years upon years to find out. We're not gonna wait till what the voters.
We're gonna find out in March, what they support.
Can I
And
interject for just one
Absolutely.
second, please? When we started this committee, we had 3 options.
Mhm.
Standalone PD,
Mhm.
a joint facility,
Mhm.
town hall and PD. Correct?
I would
Yes.
say joint facility, yes.
No, it was.
At one point, it was town hall, but there are other joint municipal facilities that we could.
Well, I understand that.
You're correct, Jim. That was originally town hall and PD.
But, and then the third option was, there were 3 options.
PD with
PD,
future
PD
expansion.
with
Yeah, PD
space
with
for
like this
something
one.
else.
Yes.
But PD for
Like,
future expansion
built
is
out, but
basically just a
building on.
PD.
Hold on, I get it. Okay, so, having said that,
Yes.
I do think that, look, the simple fact is, we have one building that's potentially gonna cost us 4.7, that's 7,500 square feet.
Mhm.
I would think if we're gonna add on, you know, if option 2 is to include another facility, we're looking at probably 5.3 million for somewhere in that range combined.
I think we need to know that.
I know,
That's the second option.
No.
I know, I understand.
So I think the reason we need to know that is because I would
But
not
that's
have.
why I'm saying, I need to, what I'm saying is, keep it simple and keep it to, we don't want 5 options. We want the original plan that we had, was the police and another building for town office. Simple. We don't need gymnasium, we don't need
No,
all
no,
these
no.
other
So
things.
I feel
that
like
was the
you
mission
don't
s-
understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, in my mind, similar to understanding how much it would cost to build a basement.
Mhm.
We needed to know what that number was to decide that that was not something that was productive to move forward with.
I believe we've already done that.
Right. What I'm saying is, I think it would be helpful to the voters to understand if they're looking at a combined building that is town hall and police,
Mhm.
to know, sure, let's say that doubles. Great. Now all of a sudden, paying $2.5 million to renovate this building sounds not that bad. Relatively, comparatively.
I think we need a new town hall price to compare to the renovation. I think entering the gymnasium is another committee's future responsibility. We're not charged with that's recreation and everybody else. Like we know that could be the site use down the road, which we are
Right.
affording
And you
ourselves.
can't
the
give
site
them
plan
too many.
for.
You're
But we
just,
can-
I'm not
Town meeting,
trying to
you
give
can't
them
give
to-
them that
I'm
much
not-
We're just
information.
confusing
mind.
things.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
you're
I
just
believe
gonna
there's
confuse
another-
voters.
Never mind.
He just wants to have an answer.
I just want to have an
a
answer.
Possible question.
Well, there's,
Somebody's gonna say, "Oh, you're leaving space here for expansion. Well, can we put a gym here?" And I don't want to.
that's
I
not
don't
for
wanna
this
say,
year.
Fine, but I don't think
I
we're
don't
gonna
know.
have a cost for that.
It's not- it's not-
Doug's
Not on the
hired
current
to
plan.
But
price out
we
a
could have an
gymnasium.
answer to how much that might cost.
Why? I don't need an answer for Space Mountain. But, you know what I mean? Like, what wasn't the whole intent of this committee was to explore those options. A police department, and the second option was a police department with the possibility of future expansion. We didn't know if it could go on the second floor. Does this building have to have design criteria for future expansion? That's something that we've explored, and we've said, okay, it doesn't. We can build a standalone building
Can I
and then
also
put a town
remind-
office next to it.
Can I also remind people, and correct me if I'm wrong, Doug, but with more options becomes more time and more money that we need to pay Doug.
No. I'm
Our,
not saying, okay, never mind.
Okay, this meeting
I think
time is
just-
over.
I know we
But
got
they have
to. I
another
think
meeting
the.
here. Now.
I think
Please.
what we need is a motion that option 2 is to have a footprint and a price for a new town hall adjoining this option 1. So it's option 1 plus that
Touching or
square
not
footage
touching?
next to it. I mean,
Yeah,
defer to
if you
Doug. I
don't keep
think
it
the
simple,
assumption is there.
at the meeting, you're never gonna get anywhere. The town
So I think
meeting
we
has
just
to
have it
be 1, 2,
touching as
3,
shown.
very basic. They vote on it, that's it, because you only get nowhere. I was on the school board when they built in Exeter. I was Brentwood School Board at that time, chairman. And I'm telling you, you will not believe. And that one, and there weren't as many people then as there are now. You could spend the whole time, you would go nowhere. And we want to get this done at the town meeting. We have to give it to them clear, concise, and 3 simple options.
okay,
Nothing,
so do we have a
right?
motion?
So
To what?
my suggestion for the motion is to take option 1 and add a town hall footprint and cost as option 2. And that would be basically the figure Doug has with the dashed line gets colored in similarly to the PD option. And we say it's whatever, it's 7,500, 8,000 square feet, new town hall attached to the PD is going to cost us X.
I
Then the
wouldn't put in
renovation
even
cost
walls
is
like we
presented.
have though, just to be clear. I would just say
Expansion.
town hall.
Yeah, town hall and give them the square footage.
So you're saying we can't have the option of saying expansion area without labeling it?
It sounds like they're saying they're not interested in having expansion area that is not town hall
Who
as
is,
part of this plan.
we haven't voted on that yet.
No.
But that is what,
The motion that I suggested is it's a town hall.
And I will second that
adjoining.
motion. I will second that motion.
If this motion fails, I will say, yeah, that's not clear.
Let's give it clear. That's not clear. You-
may I restate?
He's not, you know.
Can I try restating it a different way?
But it's
Eric?
also a lot more work
Sure,
for
Letty.
Doug, if
Tell-
that's what we're
It's
talking.
not, nope. I think what I'm hearing say is option 1, we've approved. Option 2 would be the second page on our thing, except where it says expansion area, that would say town hall.
We haven't voted to approve option.
Nope.
one yet.
That's what we're talking
One we
about right
passed
now.
already. One's passed.
Option 1 is already passed.
Is that
Okay.
what you're saying? That,
Yes, I want expansion area to be, and this
Town
is what
hall.
I'm suggesting. It is an equivalent new town hall footprint so that there's a square footage and a cost that can be compared to the existing town hall as well as the renovated town
Could
hall
we-
options.
okay.
Also have
That makes it,
option
comparable.
3B.
Let's talk about the motion.
Motion.
I know, but
let's-
this is what, okay.
So
I
it's
just,
been
so is
motioned.
that what you were saying, Eric, just in really simple
Yes.
terms?
yes,
Okay.
to make the dashed area give
And
it a
I
square
seconded
footage, say
it.
this
We need
is-
to-
this
we
is
need
to
take a
this
vote.
and
Well,
this.
first-
All in favor?
If
Aye.
people would like to discuss it, they're allowed to. I don't know if we're having a bunch of side discussions or not, but,
So
Does
I
everyone-
wanted to stay expansion area and not town hall filled in,
okay.
like this. So we already have those two. And
Okay.
If you want to have a third.
That's
one,
Any
not
other,
the
anyone else have anything to say?
The motion
on
is to
that?
fill it in with town hall.
Yes.
And-
Yeah.
Yes.
so
It's
I'm gonna
extremely
vote against
important.
Because I don't want that. That's confusing.
It's extremely important that you have a figure to be relevant to the renovation of this building.
Agreed.
If you do not have the figure
a
of what,
figure for this
excuse me,
Liz,
excuse me.
Stop talking over people.
If you do not have a figure and to compare that to, it doesn't make that figure relevant in my mind.
Yeah, I'm
So-
with Mark.
So what
The
do you
motion-
want the town hall figure without it?
No, he wants this.
I want the motion
want-
to be approved. I want to put a dollar value to a new town office. I can't,
Attached
I
to the
don't
PD,
know
that is option 2.
if that's a good figure to renovate this, if I don't have a figure on what a new one costs.
Okay,
I agree with
Good
Mark.
point.
can we move to vote, please, on the motion?
So I guess I need a motion and then a second.
Yeah.
We had it.
So moved, and we have a second.
Could you
Mark-
restate it one more time,
Mark
please?
moved and Jim seconded it.
And could you repeat the motion, please?
Option 2 to be option 1 plus a new town office attached to it so that we can have square footage
This
and
page
program cost.
would be option 2, except instead of expansion area, it will say town hall.
Okay, All in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed?
Aye.
Abstentions?
Now we have
I'll
two
do the
motions.
head count.
Yep.
And are we
All
still
right.
gonna have
In the
third
interest of
option?
time, I believe Letty, you and Jim have a meeting. Yes.
I think it got, yep.
Can I make one other motion before we adjourn?
Well-
I would like option 3 to be the current option 2 without the town hall part in there. So the first would be
What are we costing in that, Liz? It's just a box,
the square footage.
but we don't know
For
And the
what
walls,
type,
and
for
the
what type
walls.
of use?
We haven't decided on that yet.
So
Voting or
it
town hall, town
sounds
meeting,
like Doug
conference
is
room.
saying, Doug is making a face. It sounds like Doug is saying that depending on what it's used for will change what the price per square footage.
Right now, I just want the under walls.
Will even the outer
just the
walls
square-
change based on what the use is?
Okay, then just square footage.
Okay.
So it just,
then what difference does
What square
option
footage?
2 make?
are we using?
no, this is option 2. with-
We have someone who's made a duly motion. If someone would like to second that motion, they can so at this time.
Really,
Wait a second. Okay.
If no one seconds it,
But
it
it's
just
not
dies.
clear what it is.
but I want to make sure that okay.
The motion is for Doug's current option 2 without the town hall part, with just the expansion area. And not specified. It can even not be built. I just want to know.
Do we have a
Yeah,
second?
but Liz, would we
I
need
can't
to know
identify
what the
cost
square
of something
footage
without
is?
a
Like it's
identified use.
just a
Oh,
box.
well, you just need to
There's
not put the police department in the middle.
Liz,
of
he's
it.
telling you he can't do it.
No, okay,
Well,
that's fine.
just let it
All
go.
right, don't second
The
it. Let
motion
it go.
fail, the motion fails.
Motion
Let's,
fails.
let's move on. Does anybody else have anything
I-
that would like?
Well,
to
I have
discuss?
one just question for you.
Absolutely.
We're talking about the dollar figure. How do we acquire that from?
Next meeting.
So I was about to ask Mr. Proctor, given that we've just approved this second option where there's a detached town hall, do you have a sense for how long it might take you to come up with could we meet next week? Where you would have a number for us?
I can email you something
Okay,
about that.
okay.
Thank you.
And then maybe we could all meet shortly thereafter to,
Well, it's only FYI.
We could do a virtual session if you want.
okay.
Yeah, and it's only an FYI. You're finding out what that information is. You
Sure.
don't have, you're right, it's not a vote, requiring a vote.
The only other thing I
I
really,
wouldn't worry
really
about it.
quickly put on people's minds for the next time we meet is when do we want to start having public info sessions about option 1?
Not
I
Are
doing
you
think
gonna have one at a
we-
time, one each option?
No, but it seems to me that all options will include option 1. All options will include a police station.
What I would, before we hold any public information sessions, I think I would need a bullet point sheet from you, sir, with some more information regarding some of the more interior details. I want to be prepared for those sessions. I want to have the information that people are going to ask that would be relevant to this proposal. Outside dimensions, some light inside dimensions perhaps. Is there
So
any
we
other thing?
have all of those, they're just not on this document.
Okay, that information should be disseminated to board members.
next meeting.
We could do that, yes.
Yeah, I
I think
Mm.
revised options with the cost details and everything would be the next information package for the group. So we'd have a floor plan, a site plan, and a kind of call it a fact list and costs for each option.
Can we set the
Order of
next meeting?
magnitude costs and a project budget.
thank you, Eric. I
Yep.
think after that information comes to light, then we should be able to hold public sessions to answer questions.
Agreed.
But I'd also encourage anybody from the public to come to these meetings and ask any questions that they may have.
Okay.
Will we have a public comment portion of this meeting,
No, it's over.
Mr. Chair?
I think we're against the time, but I'll defer to Letty and Jim because I know you had a meeting that.
Not Letty.
Okay, fair enough. Thank
Are we
you.
going forward with a third option today?
Not today.
No, it
Doesn't
not today.
sound
We
like
need to be
this.
done today.
Now,
I
Next
do
meeting?
want to give,
I'm sorry, I missed that. What was that?
I asked if we were going through with the third option.
we're gonna, not today. We're
That's
done,
this building.
we're just not talking about more options today.
Could you turn on her microphone? Thank you.
Sure. I understand we're on a deadline, but I do want to make sure we give the public an opportunity to quickly, if they can.
could they send you in questions?
Of course. Anytime.
What's the website or whatever to to
Dub-
ask you questions.
www.brentwoodnh.gov/new building is the website, the town website page where all of the information is, including the FAQ that answers a lot of those questions that you were just talking about, Liz, that a lot of people have all the time. In addition, you can send an email to newbuilding@brentwoodnh.gov, and somebody will answer whatever questions you have or add them to the FAQ or set up a meeting. Or
Are you the person that answers those questions?
me personally, no, it depends on what the question is. If it's
Okay.
if it's an architecture
Can we
question,
set up the next meeting?
I'm not answering that. Sorry, I'm not answering an architecture
Okay,
question.
so, just repeat the things for the people that came to.
I did.
Questions, okay.
Several times, and
Okay.
all of the people here know how to
Alright.
get in touch with me too.
Okay.
So
Let's go to public comment and then we can put the next meeting on. So I just want to
yep, public comment quick.
defer to whoever I can't see, the camera angle, I can't tell.
Public
how many
comment?
folks are there.
Becky, or Mr. Bill.
Could
Come
you
up here.
go
Need to come up
a
to the
microphone,
Say who you
please,
are.
sir? Thank you.
This
very
is
much.
Bill Faria speaking.
Bill
He-
Faria speaking.
He
I would like this group, in the next time you meet and finish up, to say PD, standalone, PD, town hall, 2 buildings, cost of PD, cost for the 2 buildings, renovation of the town hall.
That is
That's as simple as it gets.
literally
That would
exactly
be-
what we
That's
were
what we
talking
did.
about.
That's exactly what we're doing.
I didn't hear that.
No, because we
Well,
just told him. Yeah.
I know, and that's
PD
2 buildings?
PD, town hall, 2 options. And the third thing for informational purposes for the town meeting, here's what it costs for the renovation of this current building.
okay.
That's
Fair
all
comment.
you need to do.
Fair comment.
That
sir.
makes it as simple as possible, and when you go to the town meeting, people will say, okay, those are the options I have to pick, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
We will recommend
That's what I
Heard.
said.
That would be
Heard.
easy.
That was exactly it,
You can
Yep.
word for word.
yell at her. in
Thank
the
you,
back.
Bill.
This is Becky Dunham.
Becky Dunham, speaking as a private citizen.
Yes.
So my first question is, does option 1 mean that this building cannot be renovated? Does option 1 mean that this building will be renovated?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
so
There's
that's-
nothing. Option 1 is just talking about building a new police department.
Okay. Second, there was a diagram here that I didn't get to see because it was flashed so fast, but the footprint that shows the police station and room for expansion, how does that impact the plan for the recreation facility?
It has
'Cause
nothing
my-
to do with it because it's all just hypothetical that Doug put on a piece of paper without knowing anything about that.
Did I understand from one option I saw somewhere that if you increase the parking and put the building there, police station, with or without town hall attached, it's going to impact the facilities recreation such as the pavilion?
No.
I heard it did.
I don't know
think
who you
Mark
could have
told me-
heard that from.
I think
because
Mark said that
whatever it
to me.
is hypothetical.
Well, the plan that I'm looking at has a roadway that goes through a quarter of it.
Okay,
Could
but
we
Yep.
move that
That-
roadway, Mark?
That has to
You-
be
you-
adjusted. We
well,
discussed that at the last meeting.
You
so that's an update to
absolutely
this.
could
Okay.
move the roadway, but
Okay, I'm
but
just
that's
saying,
not, what you're saying is not unfounded.
no, and there is a
Correct.
recreation plan, stewardship plan that
Yeah.
exists that was paid for by Moosewood by conservation about 10
Mhm.
years ago. I think that needs to be considered as this is presented to the public.
No, your concerns are warranted.
Thank you.
They are legitimate,
Yep.
and that's something that we would have to work around.
could it be
Meaning,
moved,
meaning
though?
these are just conceptual plans.
Understand, but I wanted to
And,
raise the
and those
issue
concerns are valid and
Right.
will be considered.
because it affects that department and that plan.
Yep, we could put the road around it. We could move it.
Move the pavilion.
There are many, many different ways that we
Yep.
could approach that.
Well, I think that information, that transparency on that information is important because I'm still hearing things about the John Olson Field that it wasn't notified,
No.
the public wasn't notified that that would be destroyed
That's
and it
not
hasn't
us.
been renamed. No, that's not you.
No, you're,
I understand that, but that's the transparency and information that would impact anything on recreation that is named for someone,
no, you're
including the Smith family.
valid.
Thank you.
Very valid,
Thank
and
you.
we will be willing to work around that.
Thank you.
You're
Mark,
welcome.
just a clarification from Becky's question. Do we have a copy of that plan she referenced?
Yeah, it's the one that we got earlier today. It's the colored one. Oh, sorry. Are you talking about the rec
I'm talking about the
stewardship
one from
plan?
10 years, the Moose.
No, I just put it on my list of things to look up.
I think
Okay.
it was already on the website on the conservation page, but if you need one, I have copies.
As long as we get one, just so we can share it with Doug.
Okay, thank you.
We have another public comment?
One more.
Tina Morales. If looking at PD, Town Hall, within the footprint of the PD-only building, utilizing a basement instead of expanding, is that one of the options?
No.
Not
So
anymore.
we
just
briefed
voted it down.
But I mean, if incorporating the Town Hall and the PD within the, that footprint,
It
That
can't
is
fit in
not
that footprint.
currently
That is-
one of the options
that is
that we're
not one of the
discussing.
It could be side by side, but it's not
But-
going.
Which is not to say that we can't, just currently that is not something that we have discussed as a committee.
I was just seeing that the difference in renovation was 1.7 mil for here,
Well, to 2.4.
To
or
2.4.
to 2.4, and the addition of a basement was 1.7. So comparing what the cost of building out
Mm.
would be, if that was comparable, but then you were using up all that space that could be used later down the
But
road. for
The
some-
below,
Just
the
to
reason
point out,
that's
the
not an
basement-
option is
basement
the
can't have
bottom,
windows
going
and
down,
things
we
like that,
have,
so
Talking over each other, hold on.
Just the details of construction, it's a basement that would be used for unoccupied space only. It's not
Oh, it
office
would be-
spaces because you
it
can't
would
have
have-
windows.
It
It's
wouldn't
in
have
the
windows or
ground.
anything.
It would have to be,
It's cost
It's
prohibitive.
There's no-
underground.
yeah.
You'd have to go.
It's underground.
you'd have to go
you
up.
you have
Okay.
to go underground and blast out of the rock.
No, I
So it is
understand.
more, the bottom line, it's more expensive by a lot.
I understood that.
And we couldn't use it for, occupied
if-
office space and
if
things like that.
each group had their below and above. I'm not saying put everybody above and have police above, town office below, but I'm just asking the question because I
Yes.
think somebody might ask.
Yep. I wrote it on my list of
can I answer
questions
this?
that people could ask.
And I understand that. I looked through the frequently asked and it wasn't there, so I
To
just
answer
thought
the
I'd-
question, if you look at the terrain area, it does this.
Yep.
So it's like a lump. And if you put it under, you're only gonna have one section underneath, you have to blast, you have to do everything. It is not, it's very much more expensive and not logistically gaining very much space. We went through this detail 2 or 3 meetings ago in
Okay.
detail.
The other
right,
thing is
thank
you could do, at the warrant article in March of '26, you could do a police station. And the following, 2 years later, you could do whatever you're gonna do, the
Yes,
renovation.
and we can talk about that next time. Jim and
Priorities,
I
the police
really,
station.
really need to go.
Any other,
Yeah.
any other additional questions
No.
or comments? So we can move to adjourn.
Next meeting?
And remind me to
next, yep.
schedule meetings back to back ever again.
Next meeting, Letty, do you have we were trying to meet kind of on the first or second Tuesday, so do you
Yep.
have the calendar behind you? I don't have
I
one
do have a
handy
calendar in
right
front of
now.
me. I'm also wondering if, because we're able to get a little more information a little quicker, if we can move a little quicker.
November 4th is Election Day, November 11th is Veterans Day.
I was thinking more like
Oh.
the 21st or the 28th, if Doug thought he could get
21st
us.
of October?
Hold on.
28th?
So I guess the question is, if Doug is able to get us that option 2 number, mostly a number that we're looking for, do we need to meet before November, or?
Yes.
Yes, I believe we
Yes,
do. We need to keep this process moving forward to get we'd have to do public hearings and so on.
I think why don't we try for our Tuesday, the 28th for a full committee meeting? And then if Doug gets us the information, it can be shared electronically and we can decide whether.
Whether
we need
he's
to
here
have
or
a-
not, yeah, perfect.
Are you okay
Okay.
if we meet without you, Doug? Okay, just checking.
Just get us the
I don't
stuff
want you to
before the
feel
28th.
left out.
Okay.
Um, Just real quick, so if we do Tuesday, the
1:30?
28th, do people have a strong preference of 1:30
One-
versus 3 o'clock?
1:30 or 3 o'clock? 1:30?
That's what we're asking.
1:30.
1:30 is
1:30 is
probably
better.
better, just so that we have time.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's true.
1:30, okay. 1:30, so next meeting's 10:28 at 1:30 in the cross meeting room.
28th of
Mhm.
February 28th.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, can I get a motion to adjourn? Thank you.
Motion
No,
to
just
adjourn.
before you adjourn, when will so people can see
That's
it,
what we
when,
have to go.
okay. Motion to adjourn.
Second,
Second?
all in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you, everyone.
Are you using
Thanks,
this one,
everybody.
or do we have to get out?
No, we can get out, but we're gonna get out quickly.